Story that I want to tell you.
You want to tell me a story?
Yes.
Is it about haunted house?
No.
Is it about naked ladies?
No, there are no naked people in it at all. It's about me. I was about myself.
Oh yeah. Okay. Go
okay.
Yeah.
So over the years, we've developed this relationship where when I tell stories about drinking too much or indulging too much in certain things, you go with me, but you give me sad eyes. Because you're worried about me, because you like me.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so we have kind of like a big brother, little brother relationship, I think, I hope.
Yeah, sure, yeah, it seems reasonable,
yeah.
Yep.
So, I want to tell you something that happened to me recently. I stopped smoking pot.
Congratulations.
Yes, and here's why. So, I went to get my card because I have insomnia, right? Because once I took Ambien and woke up with a chocolate milk and a pack of cigarettes that I bought after I went to bed. Yeah, I drove there. I drove to 7-Eleven.
I've had the same result.
Yeah, so I stopped taking it.
Yeah.
And so my friend said they have a weed called Sleepy Time. So I went and got Sleepy Time weed, and it really does put you right to sleep. Well, then the next time I was in the dispensary, I got more bold, because when you first go there, you feel ashamed, right? Because like you're doing something that feels kind of gross. And so I went in, and they have all these interesting names like Purple Nosebleed and Mind Scrambler and Trainwreck. So I bought some,
give me some Trainwreck, yeah.
So I bought some Trainwreck.
Oh, you really did?
I bought Trainwreck. And so I went home, and it's like 11 o'clock on a Wednesday night, and I have to work the next day, but not early. But so I want to go to bed. So I smoke some Trainwreck, and then I over-smoke and I get really scared and start freaking out, like my heart's beating. And then I looked online, and it said, what you do is don't call anybody. Just because everybody wants to go to the hospital, right? So they said, don't call anybody, but do something that doesn't engage your mind, right? I mean, like, that's like non-threatening. So I started watching this PBS documentary about Mary Pickford, and Mary Pickford was the first movie star ever, right? Like in the 20s, and I know nothing about her. So I'm watching this documentary, and in the middle of it, all of a sudden, I'm predicting what's going to happen next. I know nothing about Mary Pickford. But I know what's going to happen in like 5 minutes in her life. So I start freaking out. And so I think, oh my God, I'm Mary Pickford reincarnated. And so, no, listen, so I went online and saw that she died the same year I was born, and I was like, oh my God, I'm Mary Pickford. So I start calling people, and by this time it's like 2 in the morning. I'm like, dude, I'm freaking out, I'm Mary Pickford, call me back. And everybody's asleep because it's like you know, it's like really early in the morning on Wednesday. And so then finally I'm like, oh, this is terrible. And then I was like, maybe I'm not Mary Pickford. And I was like, you know what? If at the end of this documentary, she's like 80 and her husband hands her an honorary Oscar in her living room, I'm going to lose my... And he did. And I lost my... So finally I wound up going to sleep, and then I woke up the next morning going, surely that didn't happen. Maybe I just got out of my mind. And then all my phone was filled with messages going, hey dude, did you call me last night saying that you're Mary Pickford? Call me back. And so then I'm like, oh my God, I'm probably Mary Pickford. And so like, I'm dealing with that. And then I went online to make sure that the documentary was even on television. It was. They played it one whole time, and at the end of the night, sometimes PBS will play things back to back. I was so high, I sat through it a whole time and then watched it again. I knew everything because I had just seen the documentary.
Wow.
And to this day, my friends still call me Pickford. What's up, Pickford?
That is a great story.
I've always wanted to tell you that, but I was afraid you'd give me sad eyes if I was still... I know, they're not sad. Because I'm not smoking pot anymore because I don't
that sounds like a pretty good reason not to.
I know. They should tell that to kids.
I think they just did. We gotta go. We're out of time.
Okay.
Awkward pause, mouth organ?
Awkward pause is good. No, how about mouth organ?
No.
Okay, awkward pause.
That will help the awkward pause.
Okay.
Yeah, I turned you down for the mouth organ.
Oh, yeah. What do we do with that? I've never done mouth organ.